Their 10th anniversary party was beautiful. I helped pick the venue. I wrote the toast. I stood at the back of the room while she cried and he held her face and I clapped with everyone else. Rachel has been my best friend since we were 19. She married Daniel in 2014. I was the maid of honor. I gave them a stand mixer that they still use and a fountain pen that he carried in his suit pocket every day for a year, and I gave a toast that made Rachel cry the right way. Daniel and I started in February 2022. I am not going to walk you through how it started because the how doesn't matter. What matters is that I knew exactly what I was doing the entire time, and that I knew exactly who Rachel was the entire time, and that I am not going to pretend I lost my head. I had my head. My head was in the room when it happened. It was in the room every time it happened. We did it for 14 months, 2 hotels, 3 vacation rentals in different states, once at my apartment when Rachel was in Mexico with her sister. The texts were on a separate messaging app he installed and uninstalled 5 times. The affair ended in April 2023 because he ended it. He sat me down at a coffee shop in Midtown and he said he loved Rachel. He had always loved Rachel. He had been an idiot. He could not do this anymore. He was going to spend the rest of his marriage atoning to her in ways she would never know about, and I should let him. I did not argue. I think, and I'm going to say this carefully, I think I was almost relieved. We agreed to never tell her. We agreed to act normal. We agreed. 6 months later, Rachel called me about the 10th anniversary. She wanted to throw him a surprise. She wanted help. She said she could not imagine doing it without me. She said I was the person who had been there for the marriage from before the marriage. She said it with no edge in her voice because she meant it. She did not know there was anything to have an edge about. I said yes. I went to the venue with her 3 times. I helped pick the band. I sat in her kitchen while she cried about something Daniel had said the previous Tuesday that had made her remember why she loved him. And I told her she was lucky. And I meant it, because she is lucky. Because she is the kind of person who is loved fiercely by a husband who almost cost her everything. And the only price he ever paid was a private one to a woman whose name he won't say again. The party was last October. 45 people. A live band with 4 musicians. White tablecloths. I wrote the toast at the end. Rachel cried. He cried. People who hadn't seen them in 5 years cried. I stood at the back of the room with a glass of wine I did not drink and I watched them dance, and I thought, there is a version of this story where I tell her tonight and the marriage ends and the party becomes a funeral. There is a version where I keep my mouth shut and the marriage goes on, and I am the godmother to their daughter forever. I took the second version. I have taken it every day since. I am the godmother to their daughter, Emma. She is too. I babysit her on Saturday afternoons when Rachel and Daniel want a date. He and I are alone in the house with their child sometimes, and we do not look at each other. He calls me kiddo in front of Rachel. He used to call me other things. I tell myself I'm doing penance. I tell myself that being present in their daughter's life is the price I pay. I'm not sure that's what penance looks like. I'm not sure penance is a thing I get to define. Emma turns 3 in July. Rachel is already asking me to help plan the party. I am going to say yes. I am going to keep saying yes for the rest of her childhood. That is the deal I made with myself in October. What would you have done? Tell me in the comments.